Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Miguna was among the people who supported William Ruto, even knowingly that Ruto is a wrong leader. Miguna has always supported even when Ruto was making mistakes. But it has reached a point where Miguna cannot continue to support that which is wrong and unconstitutional. Now he's coming out very strongly to start condemning William Ruto. And this confirms the Miguna's journey out of Kenya Kwanza. His support that has been there is no longer there. Now Miguna is speaking truth to the power. In one of the tweets where Miguna, is it X, where Miguna was reacting to William Ruto's decision to sell some of the key assets to this country. And in his reaction, Miguna was comparing what Moi was doing, and he referred to Moi as a dictator to what William Ruto is doing. So if what Ruto is tempting to do is what Moi tried, and Miguna is referring to Moi as a dictator, what does that one mean? In my view, I see Miguna referring to William Ruto as the living and breathing dictator of our times. Just like Moi, because he's calling Moi a dictator. So he's saying that what Ruto is doing is what Moi tried and it failed. Then from there, he went further to share another post. And now he's making things clear that you cannot support everything despite the fact that you voted or you drummed up support for an individual. That is a very strong statement. Ruto is on his own. People are running away from him. Those who believed in his leadership, those who even wanted to work for him, are not willing to do the same. And this is what Miguna shared. Dictator Moi tried to sell off, in bracket, gift, Uhuru Park to oligarchs and learned a lesson. Kenya Kwanza should study carefully before they engage in wanton destruction and disposal of public assets. Kenyans need and want visionary policies and concrete programs like the building of industries, infrastructure, public housing, and universal health care that would create jobs and make livelihoods. Stop lighting fire everywhere. That is Miguna. I'm just asking myself the same question. How does the selling of the 11 listed assets create employment for Kenyans, make lives affordable, improve the lives of Kenyans, or add value to our lives? I don't see any. And this cabinet cannot explain anything. And what has brought problem and controversial among the key assets? KICC. This is a key installation located at the very heart of the government institutions. Very important. You can see next to the Supreme Court, the AG office, OP office, Foreign Affairs, talk about City Hall, Police Headquarters, PSC, and the Central Bank. Talk about Parliament and Treasury. Iko hapo katikati. This is also one of the national symbols. It's printed on our own currency. How do we just list it for sale? These are the serious questions. And one of our subscribers who watched one of the videos we did here, there is a comment he put there in the YouTube, which I wish to read here. Mr. Johanna, this is what he's saying. There is a huge IMF loan that KK are expecting, which has many conditions. Number 1, passing of Finance Act. Number 2, selling of parastatals. Number 3, restructuring civil servant, in bracket, reduction of employment. Number 5, reduction of civil service wage bill, in bracket, many allowances to go. For more strange reaction, IMF policies have never succeeded in Africa. So you look on all these things, then you wonder, tuko wapi? But Miguna is telling truth to the power. Imagine selling that property, then when you check on our currency, iko hapo, lakini sasa iko kwa mikono ya watu binafsi. Tumejiuza kama nchi. And Miguna did not stop from there. This is what he's saying. Some people believe wrongly that if you voted for or supported a candidate for public office, then you must support everything they do or say. That would turn voters into slaves. Support is never unconditional or slavery. In fact, it fortifies one's duty to correct those they voted for if they make mistake. Loot public resource, commit murder, perform dismay, violate laws, subvert the constitution, betray their oath of office, or turn against the people. Ultimately, we have a duty to ensure that democracy, rule of law, and justice for everyone prevails. That is a serious indicator from Miguna. We are no longer singing the choir or clapping hands for you, William Ruto. We are here to tell you the truth. And that is talking about. So Miguna is advising Ruto, you should stop selling this asset, but build industries, infrastructure, public housing, and universal health care, which would create jobs for Kenyans. Because when you are building industries, many people are going to be employed. Processing, manufacturing will take place. We will become an exporter, but not just importer. When you are not exporting, how do you strengthen your currency? And how do you create employment? He has to do that. But instead he's focusing on other things. So he's telling William Ruto, the direction you are taking is what Moi took, whom is referring to as a dictator. Meaning Ruto is another dictator. He should stop that. And if he don't stop, the warning is that Kenyans are going to teach him a political lesson. Remember, Moi was stopped from gifting that property. So, Miguna is telling William Ruto, Kenyans are going to stop you from that. And if you don't listen, in other words, you will be forced out of office. And if he's not careful, he might just take responsibility for what he's doing if we cannot see value for our money. That's why I saw people warning those individuals and the companies willing to buy these properties to prepare. The next government must just force them to return, if indeed Ruto can proceed with what he's pushing for. So Miguna is not in this game. He's here to warn this government, and with the last post he's doing, he's confirming that he will be here to speak truth to the power, and he will not support everything they are doing. Instead, he will question, he will warn, and is going to tell the truth. Hapa nyuma, kila kitu wakifanya, Miguna has been supporting. Sometimes anakuja anakataa, but now it's coming out clear. The reality is that we will never see the value for the money that these people are going to dispose these assets. Like the post I read there, I see some truth in that. IMF and World Bank has put some demand which Ruto has to meet before going for that loan. And it shows that like these people are going for a huge loan, more than SGR na mambo ingine. And you know, when they estimate and budget for some projects, they end up doubling, over budgeting, so that they can also loot massively. There is going to be a massive looting. IMF and Ruto and World Bank must be rejected by the taxpayer who is going to repay what they are demanding or what they are requesting or what they are begging from IMF and World Bank. That's a message from Miguna. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.